So I'm honored to be here. You're in my town, almost. I'm about 2.5 miles from here in Back Bay. And I chose to walk this morning. Yeah, crazy though, crazy. So just gonna have a few minutes with you here today, but I'm gonna be here all day and all tonight, and gonna try to get here in the morning. But I have a prior commitment tomorrow at another conference, but I'm gonna try to squeeze some time in, hopefully in the morning as well. So, so I guess I'm known as a serial entrepreneur. Multiple startups that have obviously gone on to success. So I'm a serial entrepreneur who likes cereal. So I state that for the record. And also known as America's Startup Success Expert. So I wanted to just share some of the kind of repeatable mantras, the things that I live by in life, but also mostly in business. So we good with that? All right. Thank you. Love the energy over here. So which group had coffee? So the first mantra is a no means not now. So when I was a kid, on a hot summer day, I'd go to ask my mom, could I have an ice cream? She'd say no and give me all the reasons. It's going to ruin your appetite for dinner. And so I thought, okay, what do I have to do? I have to do a chore, or I have to help her on a project. And then when I was done, I said, Mom, can I have an ice cream? She's like, you know what? Take two. You've been so great. So I knew how to convert a no into a yes. And in business, if I had $1 for every time I heard no, I could have retired. Right. So I never took no as a negative. I turn it as a sort of a learning opportunity. And oftentimes when you get a no, it's what you said, how you said it, and when you said it. They weren't ready to receive it, or the way you sort of presented it. I like to say we often will spray and pray. I'm going to keep talking and pray you hear something that you like, right? We just get a little nervous and we want to just go. But the real secret in sort of communication is we got to listen first, right? We have to ask questions. What do you have that you like that you wish you had more of? What don't you have that you would want in the business? And they're gonna kind of guide you to the things that are important to them. So you're listening intently. If you take the word listen and you move the letters around, it spells silent. Silent and intently listening to what someone's saying to you, right? And get out of your head, by the way. Don't be sitting there like, should I say this first? Or I led with this the last time and that worked. You don't want to be in your head. I got to go to the store after this. Don't forget to get milk. We're always thinking things. Staying intently listening to someone is really important. And again, avoiding the spray and pray when they come to and say, well, what do you do? Right? You want to be actually saying it, if I could provide you and you play back the things that they told you, staying top of mind to your customers, or to drive more revenue or get new customers, would that help you? Of course. So they want to first answer the question that it means something to them. And then secondly, would you pay for it? And if you do it right, at the end, they're going to say, this is priceless, right? So it's so important in the engagement of a conversation to listen first, be silent and intently hearing what they say, and then lead the witness a little bit. When your turn to talk, give me little snippets and then tell me more, as opposed to, as I say, spray and pray. Just don't just talk. Make sense? All right. So you guys are good listeners so far, and you've been silent. Thank you. I appreciate that. So the next one is obstacles come our way in life, and we've heard some earlier, which are very touching stories, and I've had my fair share too. Kicking cancer to the curb twice, and all kinds of things. Thank you. But with regard to the way I used to handle obstacles, I get a clean sheet of paper. And I write the obstacle on the first line. I put a little box next to it. And I hope by the end of the day, I check the box that I completed it. Doesn't happen. The next day, I look at the same piece of paper. The font got bigger. The next day, bigger. It weighs on us. And in a lot of cases, when I look at startups, for which ones are, sort of taking a turn away from the core, or people are frustrated, it's because there's an obstacle weighing on them and they're not handling it. So we have to figure out the solution to handling obstacles. I'm here to tell you that you're not the first person, nor will you be the last person to experience the obstacle, right? So we got to seek counsel. Go to people, mentors, successful people, learn from them on how they knock down the obstacle, both successfully and if they failed at it. We can learn through all of that. And then the other key thing is to say, how can I break this obstacle down into smaller chunks and have wins? You got to have some wins to knock down pieces of it. And you're going to develop sort of a muscle memory, if you will, for handling obstacles. And it's critical for success in life, but also in business, because I guarantee you, when you knock one down, the obstacle that comes behind that is bigger. And guess what? The one behind that one, bigger. So if you get the muscle memory and you can figure out how to knock down those obstacles, you will, be able to move forward. And I will tell you, the startups that throw in the towel had an obstacle that they just didn't tackle and didn't seek counsel, didn't break it into smaller pieces to get some wins out of it, to feel good that they're at least, approaching success and knocking it down. So how many today are sitting there with an obstacle that you're thinking about this morning when you woke up, that's sitting there that you got to knock it down? Okay. Most of the room. All right. So if it's business related, I'm here all day. Seek counsel. Okay. I'll gladly, I'll give you my 2 cents on it, because I'll probably have already experienced it with 8, all in 30 companies, but 8 that I've actually started myself as a co-founder. So one of the other things is when we're especially, if we're solopreneurs, we're small businesses, we're startups, whenever there's something that we need to do, we actually just say, well, I'll just do it. It'd take less time for me to just do it than to tell someone else how to do it, right? We just tackle these things ourselves. And I'm here to tell you the most important thing is you got to stay in your lane. Like, the opportunity cost to go do something that's not in your lane costs you twice as much. So for just doing more of what you are good at, and hire somebody else part-time, a contractor, an intern, whatever it is, to tackle those things that you're not good at or don't know how to, you shouldn't be learning on the job. If you stay in your lane and you wrap other people around you to do those other things, it's going to drive double the success, because you're going to be doing what you're good at and not crossing into another lane. The opportunity cost is double, because you're going to do it. And when it's done, it's got to be done again, right? Because someone who knows what they're doing is going to change it and make it better. So find people that can keep you in your lane. So the other kind of thing that we get on a hamster wheel day to day of working in our business, right? We just grind at it. And so you've got to stop and work on the business and step back and look at it strategically. I've talked to over 2 million people in the last 2 years, and I survey as many as I can. What's your 3-year vision, and are you on track to achieve it? And half the people eventually say no. So you either have to change your vision or you got to change what you're doing. And one of the things is to step back and look, strategically look at the business, and see, are you actually achieving success that's driving you to your vision and to what you see the business being in 3 years? And as I said, half the people said no. So it's really, really important to look at it strategically to make sure you're on track and on a path to success. Make sense? All right. We're going quickly because the rug's going to get pulled out. I was told. So the other thing is we're often hesitant. Like, there's somebody that we want to call on for a mentor, a possible investor, a possible customer, someone to maybe come into the business and work with you. And we're hesitant because we're like, well, our website's not done. We got to change our marketing. You have all these excuses. And I just tell you that it's go time. You have to have the utmost confidence, be excited to make that call or go see that person. And if you're not excited they're going to feel that energy. If you're on the phone with them, they'll feel it through the phone. If you're on Zoom, if you're in person, they're going to feel that. So you have to get yourself fired up to do whatever that task or have that meeting and have that success. And so I would just say to, do whatever it takes to get you fired up. So I'm a drummer, so I would get on the drums and bang it away, get the energy up. I also sing to your favorite song, Don't Stop Believing. Okay? Longer story there. It's engraved on my watch. Longer story. But, it fires me up to then make that call and have success. And the last thing I would say is accomplishments are something to build on, not celebrate on. If you have a great call, what do you do next? Make another call. Thank you. Thank you in the back. Make another call, and then make another call, and at the end of the day, celebrate. So on that note, I would just say thank you for the time. Connection is king, is key, and we have so many amazing people here. We're all learning from each other. So stop by and say hi. Thank you.